Live from the craft room.
Hello.
With our rebel apron behind us.
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. We got a kitty.
Oh, yep. Prince has decided here.
Nope.
Banks.
That's me. Nope.
Sorry, I'm still eating breakfast, but
That's okay. Guess what?
can't get away from the caramel.
Oh, I ate that whole can. I figured, well,
Wow.
now we're on my channel. I have an excuse to open another one, right?
Sure.
I'm not even going with the apples. I'm just like taking it straight up. Hi, Gardener Josh. Welcome. I didn't have a video prepared today, everyone, and so I decided to just go live for a little while. I've been trying to do something every day, and I've only missed 5 days, I think, since sometime in November. I counted up yesterday, so I've only missed 5 between in December and part of November.
Hey, Josh. If you guys can share this out to help Tammy, I appreciate it.
I'm just really trying to get my watch hours, and I just keep going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I've been at 2,600 for almost a year. It goes up a little bit, and then it'll go take it right back down the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I had a video the other day that did 15 watch hours in one day, and I
Wow.
I got it. I got up to 2,694, and then it took me right back down the next day.
Yeah,
took all
I
of
don't understand it.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. I've sent YouTube support an email trying to figure out what's going on, because it's the exact same number. Like if I make 1.8, they subtract 2. If I make 4 hours, they subtract 4.
Mm-hmm.
Statistically, that's not possible, but especially when I wasn't making videos a year ago. Hi, John.
It's good to see you guys. Thank you for coming in, supporting Tammy.
Thank you all for coming in. Becca's eating breakfast too. Everybody, this is Becca. She's my daughter and an admin in Rebel Canners.
I'm not a very good active admin in Rebel Canners. I try.
I just put you in there for backup. So
well, thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm just like, I try, but it's like, it's tough. I don't know everything that's going on, and I don't know those people sometimes. I'm like, who the heck is this person? This is crazy.
I do have some news, though.
Okay.
I want to shout out Sarah on TikTok. She has 1 million followers now.
Oh my gosh, yes. So Sarah is a member of Rebel Canners.
I believe she has a YouTube channel, but I don't know what it is.
I don't either. What is her TikTok channel?
I think it's Sarah Plain and Tall.
Sarah Plain and Tall. And she has the distinction of being the first person to recognize me in the grocery store from Rebel Canners.
Really?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
And then
She's beautiful.
Oh, she's a gorgeous girl.
beautiful, long blonde hair, gorgeous woman.
Wow.
And she did a TikTok on canning, and it went viral. And she got invited to Wisconsin, and she got 3 All-American canners given to her.
I think 2.
I think it was 3. I think it was 3.
Were they the big ones?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, yes.
That's
yes.
like...
She had to tour the factory. I'm so jealous. I'm very jealous.
That's crazy.
But she has a great TikTok on canning. I don't do TikTok because I just haven't got into that platform at all. I just want to shout her out.
Yeah, that's cool though.
But she used to live near me, and she used to work someplace that I had worked in the past. So we became kind of fast friends because so much in common.
But she had 1 million followers on TikTok.
1 million.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. She does such good work.
Maybe what?
So.
That's cool. I don't know it. Like, my channel obviously is not big, and I'm, whatever. I don't think I'll ever get recognized in a grocery store, Tammy. That's like big.
Well, that's from the Facebook group, though, not the YouTube channel.
That's amazing, though. Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up?
Hi, Built on the Rock. Thank you so much. I have really noticed that you have been in a lot of my videos and commenting every day. And I want to shout out my new friend, the Farmhouse Kitchen. She has just 2 videos. She's just started her channel. If everybody could go over and subscribe to her. She's from South Africa.
Oh.
And I just met her today in Nick Niman's live. She happened to make a comment, and I'm like, oh, Farmhouse Kitchen, that's up my alley.
Cool.
So I went and checked out her channel, and she has 2 videos. So if you want to give somebody a start, there's a good channel to go start. Help
Yeah.
go from the
And I
beginning.
have a ton of people in my lives from South Africa. So, I mean,
Yes.
you're always welcome to hang out with us if you want to.
Yes, please do. Sacred Smoke, welcome from coming in.
Hey, Andal.
Hi, Andale. Hi, and Brooklyn's honeybees. I really need to ask advice. My bees absconded in the fall again.
Hold on, Josh. I got to find my link. I'm not really with it this morning.
Well, it is still morning.
Yes. And we were all up late last night, except for Becca.
I don't know. I was just being an airhead yesterday.
I woke up and then I got into Fish's live because you texted and the ding woke me up. So yeah, you're the kid that woke me up last night.
Courtney, why can I never find you on my friends list when I'm trying to send you stuff?
I don't know.
It never lets me.
Sherry.
Hey,
I
Sherry.
hope you're feeling better.
Oh my gosh, I miss your
you so much.
face. I miss your face.
Yes.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So, thank you all for coming in. You can see we're in the craft room. It's kind of crazy in here, but
Craft room / nursery.
yeah. I don't have a green screen, so
That's all right.
no. This caramel I ate. I should make you have a taste of it, even though you're not supposed to have sugary stuff.
I'm in a bagel.
This caramel was so good. I have not done a video. I did the video on making it, and did not do a video with the ending of it. And I ate the whole jar on Courtney's live yesterday.
I didn't know you ate the whole jar.
The whole jar, though.
I ate all the bacon. She ate all the caramel.
Yeah, she's
Oh
making
my
bacon,
God.
teasing me in the chat about bacon. I just keep. Yep, you don't. If you want this caramel, you better not.
There's this little backwoods country grocery store that we like to go to, and they cut all their meat there. They make a lot of their stuff there. They make homemade brats and sausage and all this stuff.
Can you grab that?
I don't know how.
We have so many friends in Russia. It's amazing, Courtney.
I got it already. We're good.
Thank you. Maybe I should do subtitles in Russian. They've been following me. They've been following me. They followed me into the live. They were there with me before you got there last night. And
Doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, we have this little backwoods country store. Love it. I get all my meat there, and they have some of the best flavored bacon, and it is comparable to Walmart prices.
Nice. That's weird, but nice.
It's just a mom and pop grocery, and it's actually built on the meat market part of it.
Mm-hmm.
They do most of their sales are the meat. They have the best meat counter.
Yeah.
And so we drive to go there, and it's so good. I've only had better bacon at one other place, and that was the butcher shop in Tawas, Michigan, which is way up in the thumb of Michigan. Everybody in Michigan knows how to do this. It's way over here.
We got kids.
Yeah, they're out there looking for you. But Papa's here. That's why their grandpa's here. That's exciting. You guys have seen him in a video. He was helping us with the tomatoes or the applesauce and running the crank for us.
Papa's here. That's what they're all excited about.
Yes.
We'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay.
I love shopping Amish stores too. I don't live too far from Sugar Creek and Millersburg and all these places in in southern Ohio. So I don't live too far. So Amish country is literally not too far away. And I live not too far from one of the biggest Amish communities at one time. So
See,
in
a lot
Ohio.
of them have come up here where I'm at, and so we have a huge Amish grocery store and a huge hardware store.
Yeah.
It's just packed with people because their prices are so much more fair
Yeah.
than going to Walmart.
Yep.
And there's a Bump and Dent Amish grocery up there where I go, and they have coffee it's like Nutella, but it's coffee.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Is it really good?
yeah. Oh yeah, and you can order it off Amazon, but I got it for pennies there,
Wow.
under $1 for one of them. And when you order them, 3 of them are $25 on Amazon. And I need to go back and see if they have any more because I didn't know if I'd like it, and it's that's addictive.
Yeah.
But
Huh.
I'm in the live, so I
I hear you there.
yes, you can go lay down on my bed.
Hey.
Have a good day. Courtney.
You too.
He didn't get much sleep last night either.
Yeah. What was up? Just you didn't feel like you couldn't sleep, or was there just him being
Well, the older one you never see, the 17-year-old to be a gamer,
Oh.
and because I like to limit their screen time on certain things, it's in my room where I sleep.
Mm.
And so Sawyer was in the chair where I was sleeping because he fell asleep in the chair, and I'm of the school you don't wake sleeping dogs,
Yeah.
and babies. When sleeping dogs and babies sleep where they lie, you just leave them alone. And so he was sleeping, covered up with a blanket, and it's a like a sofa bed kind of thing, it's
Yeah.
not tiny. And so he was sleeping there, and John came in and was tapping on the keyboard because when he builds on his game, it makes big loud tappy sounds.
Tons of noise.
And then he likes to scream at the other players. like the microphone doesn't work and he has to be really loud. So, yeah.
Oh Lord. I just never was into that. I don't know. I do love to game. It's fun.
Mhm.
I like things like The Sims and
I did The Sims and I did Animal Crossing.
Mm.
I like to play that one.
Yeah.
And I did Farmville for a little while, but
Yeah.
then I realized I could actually go outdoors and do that kind of stuff, and
If I ever travel up north, must find an Amish store to see one. Oh yeah.
yes,
It just kind of
Yes.
boggles. I grew up with Amish pretty much my entire life, and I just boggles my mind that some people never know what Amish are or have
Yeah.
no idea. So it kind of boggles my mind a little bit.
at Teasers Pleasers, the Amish food supplies are so much cheaper. When everybody was grabbing toilet paper off the shelves, I ran up there and got a sleeve of candy lids. And I still have candy lids because of that. And
Yeah.
it was so much cheaper to buy them by the sleeve. I don't know, you can't see my hands with the, literally a 2-foot package of
Yeah.
candy lids. And I got one of each kind. And then to buy the pectin to do jams and jellies, I can get a pound of pectin for less from the Amish than I can get one of those little boxes.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I buy it in bulk because it's ridiculous. It's 8 teaspoons at max. I opened 25 of those boxes I happen to have and measured them, and they were between 6 and 8 teaspoons. I mean, 6 and 8 tablespoons in a package. So 6 to 8 tablespoons. And that's not very much.
Yeah.
But a pound for less than the price of one box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could buy a pound. It lasts me all year.
Will it grow? How come it is that I can see you playing chess? I can just see it in my mind. I can see it. I'm not very good at it, but I can play. My stepdaughter used to be on the chess team, and she was really good. I'm not, I don't know.
Sacred Smoke, that's exactly what my son and I argue about every time. He really thinks he's good enough to make money playing video games, and I'm like, not very many people have a job playing video games.
Red Centrist, you just came over from, did you just come over from my post that I posted on my community tab? I wanted to actually see how many people I could get from there to come over here. So if you did come over from the community tab, that's awesome. I appreciate you.
Hi at the Best Life. Thanks for coming in.
Hey.
Trying to say hi to everybody as they come in. I
What's
know
up,
I
Billy?
can't follow the chat very well.
That's cool. Yeah. Red Centrist is new, I think new to my channel as well. She just subscribed. So she came over from my community tab.
Wonderful. Thank you for coming over.
Yeah, cool.
Are you feeling better today?
No, my stomach still hurts. It's different. Like I don't know. It still hurts. But Monday, like I said, I'm going in for my upper and lower ultrasound. So hopefully they'll figure it out. I honestly, I feel like it could be an ovarian cyst.
I had one, and it took me so many years to get them to take it out. In fact, they didn't even want to take out that ovary when I had my hysterectomy, and I'm like, you are taking that ovary. You can leave the other one, but that one is out of here.
Yeah.
And it finally cleared up. I'd had problems off and on for years that they kept saying it was this, it was that.
Can it affect you going to the bathroom and all of that? Can it put pressure on your colon?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd have to ask your OBGYN. I am
I don't know.
Unable to answer any medical questions.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
On this portion of anything.
Yeah, sorry. I forgot about that. But yeah, I don't know. If it can, then that's exactly what's going on, because I was like, it hurts. So I'll figure it out. I saw the notification from Rebel Canners Why Family Farm Community Post. Cool. Thanks, Billy. Thank you guys for coming in. If you do have serious questions about canning, thanks, Andel. It can. So that's what I'm considering, that it's really not my colon, that it is that, because I've always had trouble with that part of my life anyway. So it just makes sense. So maybe it's been this issue the entire time, and I'm thinking it's something else, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, you're driving and listening. Okay, cool. Thanks for coming over for my post. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to know how far my post could actually go. So thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, that Built on a Rock. I just found out that my third cousin has ovarian cancer. So yes, that freaks me out just a little bit. And I mean, not in a bad way, but I'm just saying, yeah, like I need to be more aware.
Well, you're getting it checked out and you're doing it right away. So that's, you're not sitting on it and waiting.
What weight should you use in New Mexico to pressure can?
That can really vary whether you're up in the mountains or down in the desert. You have to go and get your altitude and then there are charts that will show you what the altitude is. I don't know that offhand. I know where I'm at is 10. If you're in the mountains, it would be 15.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd have to know your altitude, and I'd have to have the chart in front of me to look at it. All right. So she saw my post. So good. There are some.
I'm just making sure, that YouTube's actually doing what they're saying they're doing. If I need to advertise on other platforms, I'll do that.
Yes.
But it's just frustrating because sometimes you do advertise and
I put it on Instagram, Facebook, and my community tab.
yeah.
So yeah, you really have to look at the altitude chart, not your elevation, your altitude. Sometimes people get that confused too. But look at if you put in your address, it will tell you what altitude you're at. There's an app for that, or a calculator on Google that'll figure it out. And then there's weird things like milk. I'm at 10 pounds of pressure, but milk I only do at 5 pounds of pressure. So there's some weird. Hi, Jean Blair. You are from Grand Rapids. I am also from Michigan. Welcome.
Yeah. The only problem with Michigan with me is the massive amounts of snow. I mean, I get massive amounts of snow here, but I can just imagine what you guys get.
We don't get the snow I got in my childhood. I kind of miss that.
Hi, MB Heritage.
I miss the snow we had as a child. I wish I had some pictures of the snow. We would plow our parking lot, and I would get 10-foot high banks of snow. And he's passed away now, but he was such a good friend to me. He was 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old-ish man. And I was like 12. And he went, because we had no customers because nobody could drive on the highway. But, he could get there because he just lived across the way. And so he came to work, and he went out and he shoveled by hand a little snow house for me.
Aww.
And by little, I mean like 10 by 10 with a table and chairs out of the snow and a bed out of the snow. I had a snow playhouse. Sam Hart was his name. He took his life a few years ago, 1988. I wish he had moved away to California, and I wish that I had stayed in contact with him. But he did that for me. And then one year we went on vacation to New York. And when we came back, it was Easter. He had built me an 8-foot tall Easter bunny. Instead of a snowman, he built a bunny, and he took food coloring, and he made the ears pink and the nose pink and the eyes blue. That is so cute. He was like, we would fight like brothers and sisters, and, because we'd be like stuck there at the store together because my house was in the back of the store. The Stuckey stores we talked about last night.
Yeah.
And so our house was in the back. We finally got one when I went school age. We had to have, a stationary place so I could attend school. And so it was in the back. And so he would be there. I mean, one day we had a contest to see how he was like, you can't shut your mouth for a whole hour. You can't be quiet. I bet you can't sit there and not move and not talk for an hour. I sat there and won the bet. I mean, we just like the weirdest things that, but I didn't have any brothers and sisters. They were all grown up and married and moved away. So he was one of the closest people I had to a brother when I was, 8, 9, 12 age,
Yeah.
I lived there 3rd through 6th grade. So.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, Wisconsin, they get our snow the day before. If I want to know what tomorrow's weather is going to be, I look and see what the weather is in Oconto, Wisconsin.
I don't know. I've never been to Wisconsin either. I know there's like some really cool things I would like to see there. Isn't there the House on the Rocks or there's just like, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff there that I would like to see. Just haven't seen it yet.
In Oconto, they have copper mines that the Native American Indians were mining thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. You have to know what you're looking at to know what you're looking at because it looks like a hole in the ground, but it's kind of fun. I went there for a graduation. I have some family over there.
Huh.
Yes, Andale, I've used that game with my kids, but they don't ever go as long as I did. Your Illinois weather is definitely different. I had family that was from Cairo, Illinois, and we go down there and it'd be like summer in the middle of winter. I mean, it was amazing. Hi, Carpenter Self-Reliance Joe. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, you guys grow a lot of cranberries in Wisconsin too. And wild rice. That's where most of our wild rice comes from. Is
Really?
Wisconsin and Minnesota. Yeah. Over
I
there.
had no idea.
Yep.
I thought it required something else. Like I thought it required warmer weather or something.
No, it just requires water.
Lots and lots of water.
That water that changes in depth.
I need to figure out how to grow rice then. Holy crap. I had no idea. Not that I will grow rice. I was just, I'm just curious now.
I actually picked my swampland because I think I could grow rice there because it has moving water through it. So it's not stagnant.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but it isn't. Charlotte is asking what the strangest thing that happened to you and Kenny. I think that's when the safety valve popped this year. It's the first time it's ever done that for me. And I'm using a new stove and my safety valve popped and went off and I'm like, oh, quick, let's film it.
Yeah.
So I actually have a video of that. But yeah. If you're asking what the strangest thing is I've ever canned, that is ostrich. Ostrich. Ostrich is like red meat. It's like hamburger. I canned ground ostrich that I bought at the grocery store on clearance, and it was just like hamburger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
like beef.
Yeah. So it's like hamburger. I wonder if it has the same cholesterol, like, you know what I'm saying?
Know.
Makes you wonder.
It's
like,
red too.
Yeah.
It's
because
not
it's a
white
bird,
like chicken.
though. It's a bird, though. You know what I mean? So
But
it's like, wonder if it still has the same. I don't know.
It starts out about the color of her shirt. It's a red meat, not like, what are we talking about? Ostrich.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's different.
You learn something new every day, right?
Yeah. That's the oddest thing I've canned is ostrich. Where are all my Australian friends when I need them?
Darren.
Yeah, Darren.
It's the only one I know.
So,
where's the caramel?
Oh, you're going to try it?
Yes.
All right.
Since I finished my bagel.
So again, let's take the ring off. Hold it up. I just take the spoon and go around till it hooks in there. And you can hear that one's sealed. And there is a brand new spoon.
Ooh, it's thick.
Yeah, it's like caramel.
It's like really thick. I'm going the wrong way with the camera.
Yeah. See why I ate the whole jar?
I don't think I could eat the whole jar.
I'm going to make a vegan one. I am going to get the condensed milk. Coconut milk. And I'm going to do a vegan one. And that's going to be one of the videos next week.
Interesting.
Because it's so quick. It's so easy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you had a pound cake in your pantry, you could slather that on and your guest would be happy as a lark to have dessert.
Yeah.
That would be really
Hi,
good on
Gail.
apples.
Thanks for coming in. Yes. That's what I did. I just sliced up an apple and just sat there and ate it. And then when my apple was gone, I just used the spoon to eat the rest of the jar. I ate a whole jar on Courtney's Live yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
And I had promised the Rebel Canners that I would give them an update on how it turned out because my video was like over 5 minutes. And right now my phone isn't letting me create long videos. And so I wanted to cut it off there. And so some of my videos next week are going to be 2-parters. I have a series next week on winter sewing that I'm doing for Shed Wars, but it's kind of before Shed Wars starts. But I'm going to do some winter sewing in milk jugs, and I have 2 videos on that. I had to split it in half to get it uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah.
Canning bacon scares me.
Ooh.
It scares me too because I'd be in the basement eating it all.
Yeah. And I do not do the paper. I don't like picking the paper out of it. Mostly I've canned the ends and pieces because that market that we shop at sells a great big box of ends and pieces. And is it 5 pounds or 10 pounds?
I think it's 10 pounds.
It's 10 pounds and it's less than $20. So I go get that, I fry it up, and then I can it. And those are the things that I dump in omelets, I dump in casseroles,
Carpenter self-reliance. So yes, you can can your leftovers meals. I've seen a lot of I've never personally done it. She's done it. We haven't tried it. I haven't tried it. But a lot of people complain the beans get mushy and break. But other than that, I haven't heard of anybody having issues canning leftovers.
Yeah. I just canned leftover chili in one canner load, leftover chili,
Leftover bean
broth,
soup.
leftover bean soup, and leftover lamb stew. I had made a lamb roast for the first time ever. That turned out wonderful. And I wanted something to do with it, so I took it, cut it up, and made it into stew. And that made a canner load for me. I was kind of cleaning
Rosemary wanted to know if you could can sour cream and butter. We've canned butter. We've never done sour cream.
I have not done sour cream. And one of the reasons I don't do sour cream is I eat it for the probiotics. And when you can it, you're killing the probiotics. So while it's possible to do it, it's not as healthy for your body to eat it canned as it is to eat it fresh.
Yeah.
Yep, I can ham a lot. I love to do this size jar, the half pint. I love to do this for ham. And then when I go camping, I can just dump it in and make an omelet and really quick.
Yeah.
Because it's all pre-cooked and ready to go. And sometimes I do the ham and green peppers and onions and bacon pieces and whatever else I have.
Yeah.
And just do it in small jars for omelets.
You're making me not that it's a comparison, but you guys ever eat out of a Bob Evans before? They have this thing called the everything breakfast. It's like all this stuff in it, and then it has hollandaise sauce. I'm like, oh my god, it's to die for. I'm so hungry for that now.
There is nothing they've served me there that I haven't liked.
The only issue that we have with it is my husband and I are big eaters. And so when we go there, it's kind of expensive and we're not full. So when we leave, we're like, we want more.
Their portions are smaller.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
Sacred Smoke, you can raw pack meat without water, and it has nothing to do with botulism. Raw pack is a approved method of meat. Now, bacon isn't approved because it's smoked and that somehow makes it thicker, which is a load of hooey as far as I'm concerned personally. You have to use your own judgment, but you can definitely cook meat without water. I like to put water in when I cook meat because I like to make gravy. So
get dressed, babe, because we're going to Bob Evans after this for sure.
Sorry, King Poobah. That's my fault.
I honestly have never felt like, I don't think I'm pregnant, but I feel very hungry over the past couple of days.
I ate 4 BLTs yesterday while you guys were away.
4. Because the baby boy wanted them. And that's the one right there. She's pregnant.
So,
Congratulations. That's
wax
so
paper
exciting.
in canning. I seen a comment about that. I personally wouldn't use wax paper because I've always been told when it's hot like that, you shouldn't use wax paper because it will melt. That I don't know how true it is. It's just what I was taught. I personally would use parchment paper because it's made for high temps.
Yeah.
Yes. The wax is basically melting off and getting into your food. And if
Right.
you're canning your own food, you're trying to get away from filler ingredients like wax. Not that it would hurt you necessarily. It's just you don't want it in your food.
Gravy.
Yes, gravy.
Love my I have an All-American canner too. It was my grandma's, and my great aunt had it, and just my mom got it after my grandma died, and it sat in the closet. And I'm like, I asked, as a little kid, what is this? And my mom was like, oh, it's a canner. I'll never use it. So she sat it up in the cupboard. And after she passed away, I went out to my mom or my dad's house, and I was like, hey, I want that canner that's up in the cupboard. We pull it down, and it was from 1947 or 1946. And it still
Wow.
works.
Yeah, and no gaskets.
No gaskets.
That's what I love about the All-American. I am saving my money for a great big All-American.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of 941. The
Yeah.
big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's-
saw one on Amazon. It was like $5.51 or something was
Yep.
the price of it. Yeah. I got an All-American, but it's like smaller.
Yeah, ours isn't very big.
It does 9 jars though if they're small mouth and 8 if they're wide mouth.
Right. 7
Hi Sandy,
quarts.
Southern Sandy, thank you for coming in.
So worth the price. Yeah, I agree. I don't like ours has a gauge, or mine has a gauge, and I don't like the rattling. It bugs me.
You mean the jiggler?
Like the jiggler. I don't like the jigglers in them.
and your All-American has the peacock.
Correct.
So. Yeah, if I got an All-American, I'd want the peacock valve
Yep.
too.
I don't mind watching it. I don't need to hear it. It's loud. I think they're loud.
And see, I grew up on the Presto, so I like to hear it because I can walk away and know, I got to come back and turn it down because it's, going too fast.
Yeah, I get that.
So, that let
Yeah.
me get a little bit further away.
Oh, my husband says our All-American is a 21 quart.
Mhm.
I was really, really lucky. The only reason why I have that All-American is because my husband found it at a flea market for $20.
That is such a steal.
Yeah, we have up here we have giant Amish flea markets, and that's like a big thing. So,
And the Amish don't buy the
Pressure canners.
pressure canners. I
Yeah.
went to a flea market. Trufant is the huge one here in Michigan in this general area and way over on the other side of the state. And I went to Trufant and they weren't buying the pressure canners. And I'm like, what? Don't they can? And then I'm like, oh, duh. They water bath everything.
everything. My
Everything.
neighbor is Mennonite, and she don't pressure can. She water baths everything.
And when
So-
people get in the canning groups and they're just blah, 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 I'm like, other people from other cultures, even right here in the U.S., water bath everything.
Mhm.
Don't be so uptight. Relax.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just don't want to sit there for 3 hours.
sorry, my
That's why
dog.
I pressure can.
Give me a second. You can see him. He's like, yeah, be right back.
Hi, Purple Tea Bear. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Aw. I'd buy it for you. You're my heart too. Aw.
Yes.
Mine
Yes.
told me I could get a big All-American.
Mhm.
So hopefully.
Well, I'm hoping to get one soon. It's on my giant wish list if I win the lottery. We'll see. I got to play the lottery though. I haven't bought a ticket. That might be a problem.
I don't know, with the way my luck has been lately, maybe I should buy one.
Maybe you should.
Count change from the kids.
I got four quarters in the little jar by my bed. Everything goes in canning jars at my house. I got change in the canning jar next to my bed. Go take 4 quarters and buy us a lottery ticket. And if we win, we'll get an All-American.
If I go to the store, I'm buying a fountain pop.
I want a fountain pop too.
Okay.
I actually want pop, not even coffee. I want a real pop.
Okay, so going to Bob Evans.
Sorry, Dustin. It's my fault. Or maybe you're welcome, Dustin. It's my fault. I'm not sure. He was talking like he was interested in that hollandaise sauce too.
Yeah, he was like singing the song. Hey, you know that song "Holiday" by Madonna?
Oh.
So he replaces it with hollandaise.
Is that the next YouTube video, Courtney?
We are goofy. We are really
we might
goofy.
need to do a video like that.
Oh yeah.
It might be worth it on my channel to get a strike.
Oh Lord.
You think Madonna would really mind if we appropriated her music for
I'm sure she has like a team of lawyers on it, like ready to pounce.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Be interesting to go home and
I was really No, it's not slang for a bowl of cereal. So hopefully you get ready because after this, that's where we're going. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was very, very lucky. I don't really have money for like a lot of things. So I got a $20 All-American from the flea market, and I was looking online for a Presto, and I was like, shoot, I'm like, right now that's not happening. I think those Presto, those large ones were so freaking expensive, especially during the time that everything was happening, like the prices of everything. I think All-Americans were going for like $1,500. The big ones during that time.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, no way I'm spending $1,500 on an All-American. That wasn't gonna happen. And then Michelle from the Heathstead, I love her to death. She lives in Oklahoma, and she's such a sweet, sweet person. She had waited like 8 months for an All-American, and she got it in the mail finally. And she said I could have her Presto. So she sent her large Presto to me in the mail. It took 3 months to get here because of the way the mail at that time, everything was so screwed up with the mail. I was like really concerned. I didn't think it was going to get here. But it finally got here, and I was like so grateful. And I've used that ever since. Like and I was scared. I was really scared to use a pressure canner because it was my first time, and but it's not that bad. And I'm like, I canned a lot of things this summer and in the fall. It was nice. But I'm super grateful that she did that for me. So
that was wonderful.
Yeah, that was really nice. Like, people have been really super nice to me on YouTube, and I'm super grateful for that,
I want to say welcome to Green Thumb Prepper, and then Carpenter's Self-Reliance.
Hello.
The jars and the lids, as long as you got to take your ring off, because these tend to rust, especially if you don't take them off and wipe them down. There's water trapped under there, and this will rust your lid fast. So take your ring off when you store it, wipe everything down, and as long as your seal, now you can hear that one's been popped because I just used it. As long as your seal is still good and your lid is not rusted, your food in here is still safe to eat.
Yeah.
The 18 months is what they have to put on because everything has to have an expiration date for the government. Now, you will start to lose food quality. That's why when you can foods, you want to start with the best quality food you can find. You will start to lose vitamins. Things will start to break down. I have actually eaten things that were canned 20 and 25 years before that still had a good lid. And if you had a jar of my mom's canned salmon from 50 years ago, I'd be popping that thing and eating it right now if it still had a good seal and a good lid.
Yeah.
So that's just a number they have to give you on the box. That's from me.
Yeah.
Take it for what it is.
It's so that people, because nowadays everybody's sue happy. So.
Yeah.
Yes, Fat Man caramel. This is another jar of caramel. And you can see it's good caramel. It doesn't come out of the jar. And Becca was my taste tester today.
It's good.
I ate the entire jar yesterday.
I ate all the bacon. She ate all the caramel.
He was in our live yesterday.
Yes.
So he knows.
Yes.
He knows. He saw me. He's a witness. I ate that one. I'm on my second one. Good thing I only made 3, or I might be having to step on the scale and be scared.
My dog is still barking, and I have no idea why he's barking. He's got food. He's got water. He just went outside. Now he's barking at the door.
Maybe
He's
the
driving me nuts.
delivery guy is here again.
No, I don't think so. I didn't order anything else.
Oh, well.
He's just the dog. I think the neighbor's dogs are in heat, and he's like flipping.
He said that yesterday.
Yeah.
Hi, Rosemary Simons. Thank you so much for coming in too. And sweet and sour cabbage is amazing. It is good. And I don't even like cabbage, and I love the sweet and sour cabbage.
I still like teasers, pleasers. We have jam that I made and my grandma made year 2010. We're still packing away at them. They're still good. I think I found one jar that had mold in it.
Oh, that reminds me. I cleaned a house for my friend, and his grandmother was Mennonite, and it was her house, and it had been passed on to his son, and then his son passed away, and he inherited the house from his son. I know that's odd. And we were cleaning out the garage, and in the garage was her jars of jam and jelly, and they were paraffin waxed, and I had to try them. She had been dead for 15, 20 years. And I had to try them. And they were still good.
Wow.
Because the wax seal was still good on it. They were wonderful. He ate all of them. I tried one jar. He ate the rest of it.
I ate raspberries came by my grandma that was canned in 1965.
Wow.
We got a visitor. Hold on. Ugh.
Yeah, we made refrigerator pickles a couple years ago. And we made a bunch of them. It was my great grandmother's recipe. I have a ton of her recipes, and so I put them, obviously they're in the fridge. We had them for like 2 years in the refrigerator. I mean, they're in a brine, so I don't understand.
They're in the vinegar.
Yeah, so I don't understand why they wouldn't have been any different. So, but my husband loved them. We just finished a jar, like he just said, we just finished it.
And the thing about refrigerator pickles is they're so much crispier.
Yeah. Yes, that's why I like them, because I tried to make the ones in the jars crispier. I put the alum in there and everything, and I followed like directions as to how much alum you should put in, because if you put too much alum, then they can get really soft. I tried to do all that, and then we opened them up, and they were still kind of like, they were soft. So
yeah, it's hard. And the other thing is, I think people tend to eat them not refrigerated, and if you put your canned pickles in the refrigerator, they will be crisper after an hour in the refrigerator.
Oh, maybe I'll do that then. I made so many jars. It was ridiculous, because I had so many cucumbers the year before, and I just made a ton of that stuff. And some of them we opened up. I made bread and butter too. Some of them I opened up, and it's just like they were just way too soft. It was like,
but you can take them and recycle them into relish.
Yes. So
don't despair. Don't throw them out just because they're soft. Just grind them up and make them into relish. I had somebody come in, Jean Blair. Thank you for coming in, Jean Blair. And Carpenter's Self-Reliance. Joe, I'm going to corrupt you. You are new to my channel, but I am totally going to make you a rebel before you're done today. Yes, you can definitely reuse the rings, but when I took this lid off, I was very careful. And you can see the seal, the gasket is still intact. You can look at the top. You can see I didn't make any dents there, so that this lid, I only used it one day for this. I'm going to use this again for water bathing stuff. I'm going to wash this lid, and I'm going to reuse it. So they say you can only use them once. I have used them multiple times, and I am happy to do that myself. You would have to decide if that was something that you felt it was safe for your family. But it hits the fan situation, I would definitely be reusing the lids.
Yep. Well, Tammy is rebellious. That's why she's the rebel, babe.
Yeah.
My dad's getting ready to leave, so he was saying goodbye.
You can save a lot of money doing that too. They do make lids that are reusable. The Tattlers and the Harvest Guard are reusable.
Yeah.
No one likes the limb pickle. There's an inside joke to that one.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I reuse lids as long as they're not damaged.
Yeah.
No. And if it is damaged, then I'll use it for like a cover of something in the refrigerator. I'll just make a big black X on it so I know that it's damaged, and you could still use it for like, something in the refrigerator after you opened it or something,
Or I store my spices in jars this size or bigger because I buy them from bulk from the Amish, so I don't get spice jars with them. So a lot of my spices, I just use like Rosemary Simon says, you just make an X on that lid. Not to recan with it, but you can use it to store dry goods.
Yeah. My goal this year is to really focus on my herbs, and I'm doing a whole like theme this year. It is going to be like survival gardening to the max, so I can get the most out of my vegetables. But my herbs and stuff, I'm totally gonna save everything. Like I'm gonna, it's
Yeah.
I have plenty already, but
I worked on my garden. I did an herb spiral and it failed totally. So I've planted herbs here and there in the food forest, but I need to do another really good herb spiral.
hey,
And this
hedgehog.
time, bring in dirt and
Not use city dirt.
not use city. I used
Our city does like a free dirt pile every year.
compost.
Yeah.
It's supposed
and
to be leaf mulch compost, but
it's not very good for growing anything.
I think it has a lot of pesticides in it. It kills
Yeah.
my herbs.
See, that's where I'm like scared to use stuff like that, because you just use the wrong thing and your entire garden's screwed for years.
So
Like-
I've been buying potting mix and peat moss and mixing the potting soil and peat moss.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
hoping this spring to be able to get a delivery of dirt. There's a concrete place nearby that does screened dirt, like $17 a ton. And if I could get a dump trailer, it'd be really easy to just dump some in the yard. But
yeah.
they won't deliver it.
Yeah, we got it.
Because I was like, can I just have like five tons delivered? And they're like, no, we don't deliver. And I'm like, fine.
Yeah, and I've got more raised beds in mind this year. If I can, last year I couldn't buy the cedar to make them. So, because it went sky high and everybody wanted a cedar fence. I don't know. They bought all the pickets around here.
Yeah, that's what originally I wanted to do with my beds, my raised beds, is use cedar, because cedar, the bugs don't, it'll last 10 times longer. Bugs don't eat cedar. And so I was going to do that. And then the price of cedar was like extremely high. And I just kind of checked the prices and figured it out. And then I read an article that in 2003, they stopped using formaldehyde and all that kind of stuff in treated lumber.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of knew that because I've worked in lumber for a long time, and I worked with, all different kinds of stuff. But I kind of knew that. I knew that they pressurized a lumber with copper. They infuse it and stuff. And so I'm like thinking, I'm like, I just use the regular dog-eared, pressure treated dog ear. And you know what, you either want to use cedar or you want to use pressure treated. You do not want to use something that's not treated or that won't outstand, because if not, you're going to have to replace your beds every year. And we did use this one method. It's an old Japanese preservation method where you scorch the wood and then you cover it with linseed oil.
So sushi ban, and I totally slathered that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we tried that, and the beds that we did try that on, they're still good. It's been 3 years now and they're still
Nice.
okay. But it's a lot of work. We
Our
had to use
yard
a,
is-
we had to use a blowtorch. Like it was like
Our yard is really weird. It doesn't. We had tried to plant a garden in it, and it just wasn't. It did not grow. And I had really good luck in previous places we had lived. We had tomato plants as tall as me, and nothing. It flooded a couple of times, and it just wasn't. It didn't do well. So our goal, eventually, in my yard at least, is to make sections to where like the kids will have a play area, we'll have a garden space, and it'll kind of be like areas. My husband wants a koi pond.
oh,
He's big into the fish.
He is very big with fish.
I've always wanted that. My husband does not. So I've always wanted to have like a little pond in my garden for stuff like that. I just think it'd be cool. Like, and put like have like a separate area because I love water flowers.
Mhm.
Like have a separate area for like your lily pads and
Scully's
stuff like that.
here.
I probably do need to check my soil. Hedgehog
Hey
homestead.
Scully.
Hi,
But-
Hedgehogs Homestead.
I think we're just gonna do some raised beds and call it good. It's very fertile farm area around here, and there's literally a farm field in our backyard. Like we live by a field, so like there's no reason things shouldn't grow
Yeah.
other than it's very clay, but it's very good at growing.
Hey Scully's House of Thrillers, thank you for coming in. Yeah, so what I would do is I would do raised beds. If you have a flooding issue, just do the raised beds and get
And it's funny because the part of our yard that's actually like covered, that isn't shaded most of the day, is the only spot in the yard that it floods.
Mhm.
Unless I wanted to put, I mean, we have a lot of trees in our yard, a lot of trees, and we have a good, at least over half an acre.
Yeah, they have a big.
We have a
Big
big
lot.
yard. So
At the Best Life, I built my first beds with pallets, and I did my first bed out of old pallets, and the posts in my cedar beds are out of pallets. So I know that they're not going to last forever, but I needed something, and sometimes you just have to work with what you got, and if it's free, that's wonderful. And then I graduated to the cedar fence pickets because I could get them for $3 a picket, and they were the right length. I didn't have to cut them. All I had to do was screw them on there, and two of them were the right height for what I wanted to do. But then they doubled in price in 1 year,
Yeah.
and then they weren't available even at that price.
The cheapest thing for me that I could fathom for raised beds was and I got that from the Stivers, is the dog ear fence pickets. That's like
That's
and
what I did.
the only thing that might be a pain, you might have to get like a couple 2x4s so you can use it on the inside as braces, because after a while, like once you fill those with dirt, they're going to bow out. So you're going to need some kind of brace. And I don't think you would have to use 2x4s as a brace. You could probably get away with rebar. And rebar's super inexpensive, like especially if they're like yay big. I mean, they're not very much. So you could probably get away with rebar, but I would definitely use something to brace it with so that it doesn't bow out and crack and you have more issues, because then you got a mound of dirt that you'll have to move if it's really that bad. So
Just want to shout out, thank you for coming in, Stringfield Ridge Farm and Hardneck Farms. I don't think I've said hi to either of you. Yeah, maybe that's where I got the idea, was from them. I just used the fence pickets, and I kept the dog ears at the same end.
yeah.
And they were the perfect. I did 4 beds with those, and I got the 2x4s from the pallets. I got 3 pallets, and I just broke down the 2x4s and used the 2x4s.
there's a lot of factories in our area too.
Yeah, and they all have 3 pallets out by the road
All
You
the
just
time.
Yeah.
drive by and pick up pallets like nobody. If you get there on the right day, because there's people that go around and buy them and sell them.
There's like 3 factories within 2 blocks of here,
Yeah, and then the
because there's that screw place.
Truss factory.
Yep.
In the next town.
Yeah, there's a
You can pick their pallets up, but you have to do it by appointment.
I'm sorry that you had the C word. That sucks, Stringfield Ridge. Love you guys. I'm sorry.
That's a good idea too. Maybe raise beds from old barnwood and the tin from the roof.
Yeah, we would like to do that, but that kind of stuff around here is so expensive. Like, and I don't know of anybody that's gonna get rid of a barn and give,
People sell that stuff for just ridiculous prices.
especially the tin
Yes.
with a tin roof.
Joe has another question. Carpenter self-reliance. For canning pickles, can I reuse the pickle juice from store-bought pickles? I like the taste of it, and I've tried canned pickles from others and never liked the taste. The answer is yes and no. No, you can't use it for canning because when you put the cucumbers in, you're changing the water to vinegar ratio. So you want the vinegar ratio to be higher than when you start out because you're diluting it with the water from the cucumbers. So you're not going to want to do that for canning. If you're doing refrigerator pickles, yes. If you're doing pickled eggs that you're just refrigerating in the refrigerator, or you're throwing bologna in there to pickle in the refrigerator, you could reuse that pickle juice a couple of times, but not for canning because it throws off your water to vinegar ratio, and that's not safe.
Stringfield Ridge. They had old barns that were falling down when they moved there and saved it. Yeah.
Oh,
there's a lot of barns in this area that are falling down, but people just, they will sell. They had a barn for sale for like $100,000. And I was like, and people were like, yeah, we'll buy it. And I'm like, you have to tear it down though. Our house wasn't even $100,000. Like, who's going to go tear down a barn for $100,000? Like, no.
Not tear it down and have to do all the work yourself.
Right. I get that there was a lot of wood there and stuff. And it was a big barn, but still, like, no.
Jean Blair, yes, you can still take the acorn squash that froze and thaw them and can them. They're just going to be a little more mushy. So.
Just canning pinto beans right now.
Stringfield Reg is doing pinto beans.
Marinate chicken. I've heard if you marinate chicken or turkey in leftover pickle juice, it's really good. It's like a saltwater brine.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that.
Makes it very moist.
Yes. That old barn wood is very nice and expensive. It is expensive.
Yeah.
Who knew my parents were so trendy in the 70s when they couldn't afford lumber for our living room wall, and they did it all in old barnwood.
Yeah, that's what I want to do out there. But the fireplace and my whole, I got a 12-foot long dining room table. So I want to totally redo this all over in here as in barnwood. Bad.
I want to do an accent wall in my cabin, but I can't find any because it's all.
I think we should just buy a planer and do some pallet wood.
I'm gonna do it without the planer. I've been saving pieces. I'm staining them different colors.
They would have a long drive to spend $100,000 on a barn here.
Well, if they could afford to spend $100,000 on a barn, they could afford the semi truck to have it shipped back to them without even coming here.
Yeah. Oh, show.
Sorry.
Yes.
Some yuppie from, yeah. Sorry, I'm a little lost on the chat.
And there's places in California where you can't touch a house for $100,000. Like, that's like a cheap house here, like the cheapest, bare minimum, like unlivable house. They spend $200,000 on. And I'm like, I could buy like a mansion for that here.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Although they've kind of went up in price.
A little bit.
Even the mansions are more expensive.
But
now.
like my sister-in-law and brother live in Texas, and they had a house that came up for sale behind them. And I'm like, my house, like, currently had a bigger lot, has a garage, that one didn't, and had more space, like square footage wise, than the house they wanted. And we paid like $80,000 for ours, and that one was over $200,000. I'm like, who pays that much to live that close to people?
Yeah.
Like, I have really, really wonderful neighbors here. Like, the one across the street, her kid's actually here right now playing with mine. Like, he just walks in and helps himself to the refrigerator. Granted, I do the same thing at his house, so I'm not complaining. But, and then I do. The one next door, well, the one on one side grew up in this house. So like he's told us a lot of the history of the house, and he's quiet. He keeps to himself. The other one on the
Except
other
when he
side,
comes over and borrows bread for Thanksgiving.
yes,
It's the only time I met him. He came over. He's like,
he doesn't live there anymore.
"Do you have any frozen bread dough?"
Yeah, he's
I
like,
forgot to buy buns for
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
he's like, we forgot to buy buns for Thanksgiving. Do you guys have any? And I was like, yeah, we got a whole bag. Here you go. And the guy on the other side works in Mexico, and so
He's my best friend.
he will, when they get damaged packages and stuff, they get to bring them home, and so he will send us stuff all the time, boxes and boxes of it.
He just sends us Oreo cookies.
Yeah,
Here, have some Oreos.
Yep.
Here, have some golden Oreos.
I probably have 30 boxes of graham crackers from that man.
We
Yeah.
need to make a graham cracker pie crust.
We do.
Get them used up.
It's costing us a ton to serve. Oh gosh, I can only imagine. We tried to do a few projects, and it was ridiculous. The
Yeah.
price of wood.
Yeah, I'm just scrounging pallet wood, and I'm gonna finish my walls in pallet wood. And then I was really lucky. I got on Facebook Marketplace a few months ago, and they had insulation new. This had been sitting in somebody's shed. $5 a roll. We just want it hauled
It
off.
was the like R13 or whatever. The big,
The big, huge pink rolls. Yeah,
huh?
and it's the wider ones. It's not the
Oh, okay.
wood or 16 on center. They're a little
Yeah.
bit wider.
That's
I can
awesome.
cut it. I don't care. I'll cut it. So I got 3 big rolls to finish the lean-to that I added on to my tiny house.
I want to see pictures of your tiny house. I know
Next
you
month-
probably don't want to publicly, but if you want to share them with it, I'd love to see it because I think it's so cool.
Next time I go out, I will. It's like such a mess right now. It's sort of like the craft room. It's just everything dumped in boxes out there right now. So as soon as I get it a little more, I'll send you pictures, but when I get it more organized, then I'll publicly do pictures.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to get off of here,
Yes.
Tammy. I
That's
want
fine.
Bob Evans.
Yeah, it's been an hour, and yeah, Bob Evans is definitely calling. So
Yeah. But
I think I'm
anyway,
gonna
go ahead. I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
stay on for just a couple minutes and see if anybody has any more questions. But go ahead and go.
But thank you for sending me the invite. And anytime you need me or whatever, just message me and I'll be here.
Yeah.
So
I just didn't do a video for today, and my goal has been to do a video every day.
yeah.
So
How many
I just
people?
decided.
You got it. You got 19 watching. You're gonna get a lot of hours today. So that's lives are worth more than videos. If you can get all the people in at once, you can move up in your hours a lot faster. And so hopefully you can do that.
That's I'm just gonna have to start doing a couple until I get monetized, because
Yep.
for whatever reason they seem to be taking, and it can't be possible. Like, I didn't have a video a year ago today, so they shouldn't subtract anything other than just general watch hours that happened incidentally today a year
Yeah.
ago. So for them to subtract the exact amount of hours that this video makes, that's a problem. There's
Yeah.
something going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Oh.
got to check too, because sometimes they'll put like a little triangle exclamation point
Uh-huh.
next to your analytic marks. And that's them letting you know that they messed up and that they're going to review it and go over it and change it.
They have not done that anymore.
Okay. Because they do that
But
with me a lot.
I sent them an email today saying, mathematically, statistically, it's not possible if my videos are twice as long as last year, and instead of once a week, I'm posting 7 days a week. My time should not be going backwards.
Yeah.
And I have more viewers and I have more everything. Statistically, you could not be subtracting the exact same amount I'm making away every day. That's statistically improbable.
Yeah. Stringfield Ridge. When I first got monetized, I had 1,200 subscribers when I first got monetized, and they took 200 away, like within a month. And I was like, what the heck are they doing to me?
Yeah.
Now it's taken me almost 6 months to get to the 14 that I have, 1,400. So It's I can't complain about it too much. I like YouTube.
Mhm.
You know, I get it. I get, you know, that they don't want you to make any money. Like, I understand that. However, you know, it's just a little frustrating when you have set goals for yourself. Yeah. So,
We raise
Oh.
our own beef. Yeah.
And love to be able to save.
If you grind ground beef, you can saute it a little bit and then just put it in jars and save it that way. I've made taco meat and stuff, and it's really good. Just
taco
roast it and
meat.
throw it on a taco shell, and it's good to go.
I'm starving,
My-
apparently.
My little
Talk
daughter.
to you guys later.
Bye. My middle daughter is obsessed with tacos, so she's loved it.
Tacos or pizza?
Tacos and pizza.
I just saw a taco pizza. Oh, we need to make it.
Okay.
So it's pizza crust.
Well, hold on. I
Okay.
have canned chicken. When I open it to eat it, is it okay to eat?
So you take that one off, and then you go on that one, and then everybody
Gotcha.
sees what we're talking about.
If I need to reheat it, what time and temp? I usually do.
Technically, you're not supposed to even eat store-bought food without heating it up. So I'm going to say the official answer from the alphabet soup companies, government agencies, is that you need to reheat it. I know if I pressure can it at the right time and the right pressure for my area by the book, I'm going to eat it straight out of the can, just like I do store-bought food. But the time and temp is like they say you're supposed to boil it for 10 minutes. And if you're at a higher altitude, more time. So if you're in the mountains, it would be 15 minutes that you're supposed to boil it. I'm not going to do that for some things. I just don't. So that's a safety issue. You have to decide what you're comfortable with.
I dehydrated onions and made onion powder. I'm getting it. You left the mouse. But, you know, I have that problem with store-bought onion powder. It gets lumpy a lot. I just use a knife and break it up, but that's me.
Yeah, you can put it back in your use your immersion blender or your little mixer and blend it back up. You have to look at where you're storing it. If you're storing it close to your stove, it's getting moisture, and that's what's causing it to get lumpy. So you got to look at how you're storing it. The lumpiness is because you're getting moisture back in, or you didn't get it dried out enough to start with.
My time is rolling backwards.
Yeah, that mine too. And it's very annoying. I've stayed at for 6 months. I've been at right around 2,600 watch hours, no matter what I do.
A new neighbor.
Yes, Laura just moved.
Aha.
And I missed the comment, Robert. Becca was pointing it out, but I do have my coffee. So you were supposed to bring yours. I've got mine.
I have my can of pop. That's my coffee.
Hi, Backwoods Law. Thanks for coming in too.
Ooh,
Bruce.
fruit trees. Fruit trees are good.
Ooh, yes.
Fun fact, most people do not know this. When you get food stamps, they're federally recognized. You can buy seeds and plants, fruit trees and plants and all of that on your food stamps.
Snap.
Yep, on your SNAP. Most people do not know that.
Those little cards that Michigan gave out to the kids.
Some of the other states did too. There were like
Yes.
a PEBT or
The
pandemic.
PEBT, you could use that. I asked my kids, we can go buy you snacks and pop and these supplement things that we're being given, or we can go buy you a tree, and you'll be able to eat for a long, long time. And my kids actually chose fruit trees with some of it. Some of it they did snacks and food, but some of it they decided they wanted fruit trees. So
Yeah, you can buy plants and seeds and stuff to grow food.
Yes.
Not flowers, food.
Nope. And some of the herbs they won't let you get either.
Right.
I've been told it has to be labeled as a food product.
Right.
It's all in the labeling of the seed company.
Yes.
Oh, Bunky's Garden is in here. I didn't see them come in. Hi, Bunky. I loved your last video on aquaponics, and I am going to try that. Ooh, plums.
Get plums. Yes.
Ooh,
Plums are good.
yeah.
Especially in jam. They're Billy's favorite.
Robert, I hope you feel better soon.
Plums, peaches, apples, and pears. Ooh. That's a good combo.
Yes.
We have a cherry tree that was here when we moved in, but it's not doing too hot. The people this was a rental house before we lived here, and they kind of killed a lot of the stuff. So, and grapevines. We have grapevines in the backyard. Do you know that? No. Yeah.
I don't remember seeing them.
They're over behind where the dog is. By where
I'll
Nova
have to look.
is.
Your dad ripped all my grapevines out.
Yeah, well.
He thought they were wild grapes, so they were ripping them all out when they were doing. Yeah, it's okay. And then my construction crew for the floor actually cut them down even more. So I'm hoping that being severely pruned will do them well.
Yeah.
But I was hoping I got a good crop of grapes, but I was waiting for them to freeze before I picked them because I like them sweeter, and I was just going to use them for jam and
Right.
Nope, they ripped them all out.
I will go on your playlist.
Thank you. Hardneck Farms.
Ugh.
Where we go? Chili. There we go.
Right there. Okay, as for chili, do I cook it in the pan, then pressure cook, or straight pressure cook? You can. I usually, a lot of people that I've seen do it, I haven't actually done it. They just mix it together and then stick it in their can because it'll cook in your jar.
Yes.
When you pressure can it. So I would just mix it up, pack it in your jars cold water, cold canner, cold jars, put it in, pressure cook it, and it should be fine.
And I sometimes do planned leftovers where I cook it. I take out what I'm going to can, and then I cook the rest for dinner that night. So,
thank you for your free scoop.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Posey. Yes, thank you so much. I really have really enjoyed doing that, and it's really been a passion for mine. But I'm really doing more on YouTube and less in the group, just because this is a great way to reach people who, like me, like to learn hands-on. So I'm trying to do a lot more hands-on videos for people so they can learn. The next one there, my pie, and I'm hoping I'm not, I hope I say your name right. I have canned beef liver and beef heart for myself. And I like both of those canned. I really do like the beef heart. I really cut it up though, to use it. So I slice it into lots of little pieces when I do it. But yes, I've canned that. It's just the same time and pressure as meat. So.
Thinking about cherry, I have a few apples. Cherry trees, from what I understand, you have to have 2 of them because they have to be able to pollinate each other.
The same with pears and apples. You have to have 2 of each, and it has to be the right ones to pollinate. So, Blue Farm is here. That's where you were.
I know.
Okay.
This one though.
Oh.
The Vicks makes shower pucks that are really wonderful that you just throw in the bottom of the shower and just let it go, and it will help you breathe.
It steams while you're taking a shower. It opens your sinuses.
Yes. If you don't have a vaporizer or whatever, I highly recommend those.
What's next? Yeah, Stringfield Ridge does the same. They do a big pot of chili and then they take enough out.
Yep.
Cook the rest.
Aww.
Yes, I remember your garden. I have got to try that. I have not done Gardenera. I can't ever say that word right. Myself, so I need to do that. Maybe when I get to the end of the garden this year, I'll have stuff to do it.
And just bathe in it.
Oh yes, you can raw pack it, your beef heart or your beef liver, and then add the water to your 1-inch headspace, and then pressure can it.
You get the number 10 scalpel out, Tammy?
I can get it out and twirl it, I mean, I don't even need a scalpel. See, I can, can't get on the screen, but yes.
I might be able to find you a wooden dowel in here.
Would you like me to do it with my other? I am out of practice. Oh my goodness, I am out of practice. But yes, I can twirl scalpels. 10s and 15s.
Stay away from her when she's got one of those. That's what I say.
That's what everybody says. I don't have any problems when I'm gowned up and have one of those in my hand. No. I miss that. I miss that a lot. All right. Bye, teaser pleasers. Thank you so much. Oh, dissecting the heart. Done that a few times. Done that in anatomy class and elsewhere.
Mama asked if you have a video on canning tacos. We do not.
I don't, but I need to do that and the burritos in a jar.
Yes.
Those are next. I just need to go get some ground meat and do it.
We have
I
some.
haven't. Do we have some?
Yes.
Okay.
I bought 10 pounds the other day.
Oh, okay. Well, there goes that problem. I
I was
will.
gonna make meatloaf, but I figured that was
We
kind of
did
a bad
meatloaf
joke.
in a jar too.
We have done meatloaf in a
Yes.
jar, but I figured that was kind of a bad joke because meatloaf died.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
My prayers and sympathy to the family.
Yes.
But
Yes,
yes,
a lot of good people this year.
we have.
We have.
Yes, already. But yes, I'll do a video on tacos. I
Yay.
will.
We should get Little Miss Thing and have her and her tacos.
Oh, yes. Maybe we can get her to say it for the camera.
Maybe. I'm sure we can.
Oh, I have a bag of clothes for her in the car.
Okay.
I forgot to bring them.
Miss Thing is my 4-year-old who has quite the attitude most days.
And she loves
that
her
is-
tacos and her pizza.
Yes, that is her. She has autism. She's on the autism spectrum, so she is quite a hoot most days. But when she wants tacos, and that's all there is to it. And she's not going to eat anything else. She will sit there and pout. I'm not happy.
I'm not happy.
No.
I told her that.
My personal favorite though from her is no, thank you, Mom.
I told her that one too.
No, ABA,
Maybe I did.
ABA.
Well, but I was working on her too.
Oh, I know.
I was working on her. Because, it's a lot nicer than other things.
Better get tacos. Yeah, she'll go we'll leave in the car. I want tacos, Mom. Give me tacos, Mom.
The only thing that can switch her is if you say, well, I'm going to the pizza place right now.
Yeah.
Then, okay, a $5 hot and ready does the trick too.
Oh no. Mouse got in and ruined some stuff. That's not fun. We've had
Ooh.
that happen.
Yeah.
I had a bag of chips in the basement, and the mouse got into them and ate the entire bag of chips.
With 6 cats in the house.
Yes, they don't go in the basement.
I know.
Not usually.
Not generally. They need to. They need to go hang out there for a while.
They knock over my jars
I know.
and get on my shelves.
I know. We need to earthquake-proof your jars, and the cats can't knock them off.
Yes.
Oh, can you?
This one.
No. Yeah, you. Here, let me show you how to do that. I think I can do it from here, but I'm not sure. There.
Gotcha.
So.
That's what the 12 gauges. Yeah, I've never seen one. I would probably scream and run, but yeah, those
The
are for
spiders.
the
spiders.
spiders.
Oh my gosh. Now, I have lived in Michigan my whole life. We don't have spiders here.
Not big
lived,
ones.
I lived in Florida, and I, suffered through the pimento bug attacks and cockroaches and all that, and spiders, and you expect it when you live in Florida. I went down in her basement last summer, and I found a tarantula this big around, and it looked like a tarantula. I mean, I have a pet wolf spider on my water spout. I'm not afraid. They're big here, but they're not that big. It was literally, I was like screaming from the basement, and they're all like, "You're the one we call to kill the spiders." I'm like, "Yeah, but not this one. Get somebody with a size 9 boot, because this is not my deal." And he went down and got 3 of them out of there, and it literally looked like somebody had let their pet tarantula loose down there. Which, if it had been a tarantula, it wouldn't have been so scared of it. But I don't know what this was.
Stringfield Ridge. I have lived here my entire life, and I have never seen a spider that big until that day.
And I'm not exaggerating. It was the size of a canning lint.
Yeah,
I'm not exaggerating.
it's very
not
rare to see a spider that big, and there's not
Yeah,
snakes.
like this big, maybe. That's a big spider in Michigan.
Very rarely do you ever see snakes either.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in the woods, you might see one, but
ICG.
very rare. Snakes and spiders, they're just not, and they're not poisonous.
No, we have 2, and I'm always told I'm wrong, but we have 2 poisonous snakes in Michigan. We have a water moccasin in the very southern part of Michigan, and we have the Masaka rattler.
Hi, Guardian Prepper.
Hi, Guardian Prepper.
I'm Becca.
Becca, she is my daughter, and then in Rebel Camps.
Not birth daughter though.
No,
Adopted.
I adopted her as an adult, which is very fun because when you adopt adults, they're wonderful. It's amazing. I've also adopted kids as kids. Not so amazing.
Jean, I complain about that all the time too. Her volume. I think it's her phone that she uses to record.
The kids have lost my mic that I bought, so I'm having a problem. I'm trying to adjust it when I do the videos to make it louder, but I have to like wait for 5 minutes before I start talk, or not 5 minutes, 5 seconds before I even talk, or I'm not even picking up the volume on my phone. So I'm working on it. I had a mic, it's lost. I have to find it again.
We love seeing tarantulas on the farm. I have a video when attacking my girlfriend. Yeah, no, but I'm out. Like, I was ready to burn the house down.
See, I wouldn't be scared of a tarantula because I know a tarantula is not really poisonous. This was not like something I expected to see, and it looked like a tarantula. Like, we don't have them here. If I was somewhere where they had them, it wouldn't scare me. It wouldn't be unusual. It wouldn't be. This was like so unusual.
Yeah. I that's why I stay very far away from the Middle East and Australia, because no.
Yeah.
I don't do well with spiders or snakes.
My traveling outside of the U.S. is probably over. I did Brussels, Belgium. I did basically the Loire Valley of France, and I have done Bermuda and Canada. Other than going to Canada, I have no desire to travel anymore. I probably should, but I need to.
If anything, I
Stay
would
close
probably
by.
go to Egypt and see the pyramids.
That would be cool. I actually wanted to go to Australia because doing Ancestry, I actually have a lot of family on Ancestry that are there that I'm not sure, like, I'm trying to figure out how they're related. They're related on my dad's side, of course. And I'm trying to figure it out. And I think it'd be really cool once I've got it figured out to meet some of them in person. Like, they're 4th and 6th cousins. And so it'd be really cool. Our family got divided when
Spiders are okay outside the house. We do have some common house spiders that are in the bathroom and stuff that I just leave alone. I sweep their cobwebs down and don't leave them alone. But
I have a wolf spider I talk to at the water spout. He doesn't bother me. I don't bother him, and he stays outside. He's safe, and he's eating bugs that I don't want around.
Right.
So I don't
really
mind
want
that.
a few bat houses. That's kind of on my list, my short list of things to do to improve our property. Is I want some bat houses.
I have one, but I didn't put it up high enough, and it fell down. So now I have to put it back up higher. But I don't want to put it on the cabin, and I don't have a pole high enough to put it on. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I was just going to take it out and donate it to the camp because they have a bunch of bats out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bats.
Bye, Scully. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yes, thank you.
When is your next video? I want to know. I am not monetized yet, Hardneck Farms. So skip the commercials. That's my problem. I can't get my watch hours. I've got more than enough views. I've got more than enough subscribers, but my watch hours are not being recorded. They seem to be subtracting the time instead of adding it. And I have complained, and I'm trying to find out why they're doing that. Because I did not have a video a year ago yesterday, but they subtracted, I was at 6,000 or 2,000, sorry, 6,000, 2,694. And now after a video that was 1.8 hours, they dropped me to 2,688. And I shouldn't have had anything drop off because I didn't have anything a year ago to post. It's just weird.
Stone Ridge Farms. I do too.
I'll watch that, Scully. I'll be watching that.
For the most part, but like common house spiders, if they're jumping, They're going. Nope. If they crawl on me, they're done. I will scream, but I'm okay usually if they're just like up in the corner away from me.
Okay, I'll try to be there. I'll make sure.
I'll poke her a few times.
Yes. She'll keep me awake. Somebody's got to wake me up so I can be there. Most of the time I have to watch the next day because I'm not a late night person, but I've been late night a lot lately. But yeah, on my watch hours, I have been at 2,600 for the last 6 months. So in November, I started posting daily, and I've only missed 5 days since the middle of November. So instead of doing one video a week, at the most 2, I've been doing 7 days a week. I've only missed 5 days. And my videos went from 1 to 2 minutes long, at the most 3, to being at least 3, some of them as much as 10. And yet my hours of being going down, not going up. It doesn't make sense.
They do that to a lot of people.
That's what they were saying at the beginning, that other people are reporting the same problem. So it's not just me, but and statistically it's improbable that they would subtract the same exact number. Most of the time they're subtracting the exact number I'm accruing. So the other day I made 11.9 hours on a video, and they subtracted 11 hours from my watch time instead of adding it. Statistically, that's improbable. And the same with if I make 2, they subtract 2. If I make 4, they subtract 4. And statistically, that's improbable. I would have had to have doubled the time a year ago, and I didn't. I was making shorter videos less often and had less viewers. It's just statistically not possible.
Because they're cheating folks.
They are. I'm sorry, but they are. They need to fix it because that's wrong. I'm working really hard and spinning my wheels. And there's probably a lot of other people working really hard, spinning their wheels too.
Which is not fair.
No. But I have put in a request to look at it. We'll see if they respond. But if they gave me all my hours back, I'd be monetized. Yeah. See, it's just not right.
No.
Something's wrong. The guy with the calculator's hitting the minus button instead of the plus button. The minions are. Somebody needs to check on the minions with the calculators. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know where the guy that programmed it did something wrong or something. I need a new programmer.
Screenshot your monetized.
I have been. I actually have been. I have. And that's why I noticed it. I'm like, this is not right. I was doing it. I had to delete a bunch of them off my phone, but I can show them several that I have. Thank you, Activist Granny 2.0. Thank you. I'm really trying to do better, and I'm trying to do more than just canning. I know some people only want to see my canning videos, and I'm trying to make sure that once a week is a canning video. But I'm going to be doing a lot more gardening. I joined Shed Wars. I am not a good gardener. I am lazy gardener. And my mom had the green thumb. I have a black thumb. But I am really, really trying. So if you are a lazy gardener that hasn't had a lot of success, watch with me and see how I improve. And maybe you could learn from my mistakes. You know, I've learned a lot of what not to do in the last 4 years trying to do my food forest.
Yes, gardening does rock.
Yes. You know, and it's harder and harder to find stuff. So at the grocery store and at the farmer's market, and, you know, timing it for when I'm ready to prepare it was really hard last year. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot of things. I wanted to do more tomatoes last year, and
there wasn't.
We couldn't find them.
And then when they were ready, they were like half rotted.
And they wanted double the price of the year before. And I'm like, I'm not paying for, I can't can these. They're not good enough to can. Yes, I'm actually working with the county extension office a lot because I do 4-H. And so they're always helping. Thank you. Thank you, Gardener Self-Reliance. Thank you so much. And always, please ask questions. And if you want to message me, if you're on Facebook, you know, please feel free to add me and message me. Our Facebook group is Rebel Canners. The links are in the description of most of my videos. Feel free to join the Facebook group and ask questions in there. There's lots of good canners in there that will answer your questions.
Homestead Aquarius, that is very soon. Very true. Sorry, very true.
Yeah, exactly. I know that I started my seed bank several years ago, even before this happened, because I saw that I was going to have my own seeds and have a seed bank, or it might not be available.
Funky's Garden, I had a good video about starting seeds indoors. It was our first time last year. Really good outcome from our seed starts. I want to try it.
I have not done a seed exchange myself because I am very lucky. There are 4 seed libraries within a few minutes drive of my house where I can go and check out seeds. And then I don't want to say the biggest, the second biggest, maybe the biggest seed swap is within an hour's drive of my house, and I go every February to that. It was canceled last year. I'm really hoping that what is the name of that? They have a YouTube channel. Small House Farm does it again this year. They live very close to me, and they have started a channel, and they do a lot of gardening and seed stuff. And they have people come from all over. I was lucky enough to get corn. I do ancestry, family history. We're back to that. We talked about that. And my family comes from Reamstown, Pennsylvania, and they're on the Cocalico River there. And my 6th great grandfather, Johann Ream, his son and him started Reamstown, Pennsylvania. And they bought 120 acres on the Cocalico River, and they lived with the Native Americans there. The Native Americans lived on one side of the river. My family lived on the other. The Native Americans signed off on the purchase, and they lived there together. And I was just lucky enough to get corn that was grown by the Delaware Nation in that area. And so I am hoping to plant my black Delaware corn that I got. A guy came into the talk, and he had collected all these different seeds and was selling them from all the different Native American tribes that he had been able to collect all over the United States. And he had Delaware Nation corn. And so I'm not sure that it's Cocalico tribe specific, but it's in the right general area of Pennsylvania to be something they may have grown. And so that's going to be the corn I grow this year.
We had great outcome plan on haybills. I want to do like hay around my plants because I'm really bad at weeding. Terrible at weeding. And
Straw.
well, yeah. Okay, straw. Hay, straw, it's all the same as a grass, right?
No. I learned the hard way. I had horses. I thought I'd put some hay down around my plants. I had a wonderful hay field in my garden. No plants. Straw, yes. Hay, no.
Okay, straw. Okay. To me, it's the same thing.
I know.
But Roughwood seed collection is in Pennsylvania. But yes, we that's one thing that I want to do this year to try to cut down on some weeds and keep some moisture and stuff in the soil and do some raised beds and things like that.
I have wood chips, so I'm going to put wood chips around my
Yes.
plants. I know people don't, but I'm going to mulch everything with wood chips. I'm doing the hugelkultur.
With your piles and piles and
My
piles.
mountain of, yes. Hey, it is all seeded too with the King strabismus mushrooms from last fall that I seeded it with mushrooms. So I'm hoping to spread it out all over my property, and then I'll get mushrooms in the shade.
Yes, peppers and tomatoes inside on February 20th. I use wood chips.
Yeah.
We can get free wood chips from our city also, but
I won't get them from the city. I'll get them from Mike, the woodcutter who owns the wood chopping business. He owed Aaron, a favor. So I swapped favors around. The barter system works really well in this area.
I think we still have a bag of wood chips. I don't have to.
Probably.
That were here when I moved in. Actually, I think they're right down there.
Probably.
I use some of them out here beside the house.
Yeah, I want to get my. I have plastic that was given to me. I had a whole garden given to me last year.
Yes.
Should I tell this story? I don't think I've told this story yet. So I'm on Facebook Marketplace looking for containers and things because I can't buy any garden beds. And there's get these. I wanted to do the Leon gardening with Leon. I wanted to do the big old mineral tubs, and they're not easy to find here at all. And so I'm on Facebook Marketplace, and boom, it pops up. This guy has a bunch of these feed tubs, free, you haul away. So I went over there to haul them away because he was moving and he wanted to sell the place. So he was taking out his entire container garden. I got everything. I got the wood the buckets were sitting on. I got all the buckets. He gave me his composter. It's a huge thing on an 8-foot pole because it has to be that big to hold it. It's an 8-foot fence post to hold it. I got the composter. I got the trellis. I got all of his posts and sticks and everything in his garden. And Becca gave me her little S10 to go pick it up with. And he's like, "You're picking it up with that?" He's like, "No." So he goes and gets his 2021 Dodge pickup and his trailer. We load 3 loads. He went the first time to make sure I had enough swing room that I wasn't going to damage his truck and trailer. And after that, he said, "Just take your truck and trailer." Never met the man before. He's like, "Just take the truck and trailer, leave yours here, come back." And so we did 3 loads. It took 3 loads. And then we had to go back for the composter with a bunch of guys to help lift it because it was so heavy. So it was literally 4 loads. I got
the farm
everything.
jack for mostly to get it out.
Yeah. And so I got to get that all set in place. That's one reason I didn't do a video of my garden yet, because I got to put the plastic down on my paths and then put the wood chips down and then put those, bring them into where my garden is.
I'm just hoping I can
fenced.
move at that point.
I hope so too.
Mom,
But
the food's done.
okay, my food's done.
Woo.
Can I say hi? This is YouTube.
You're on
Say hi.
TV.
Hi.
Go.
So, yeah, I and the thing is, these tubs, they're all filled with really good potting soil and fertilizer. I don't know what kind of fertilizer was in it, but I just had a few things last year that I threw in the ground, and I put them in those tubs. So I put one of my pawpaw trees in that tub. It's just going crazy. I put,
You want to have this?
oh yeah, yes
My
I do.
husband made omelets for breakfast.
I put rhubarb seeds I got from the seed library in there, and I now have rhubarb plants coming up in one of the totes, the mineral tubs. And then I planted some flowers in the other one, so we'll see what comes up in that one. There was bulbs I planted, and garlic. I put garlic around everything. It helps keep the critters away. I'm still live.
Hi, Sawyer.
Okay, you've been live twice now. Bye. So, yes, we have brown recluse spiders here too, but they're tiny compared to this thing that was like huge. Thank you.
You got a spoon, right?
I do. Okay. I have the one I was stirring my coffee with. Oh, who knew? I'm gonna eat the cheese with my fingers.
Love you. Bye.
But oh, hi Tina. Hi. Welcome. I hope I haven't missed anybody else coming in. Oh, okay. Yes. Hi Tina. Now it took me a minute. It sunk in. Yes.
What is PSU?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So, yes. So, Tina has been with me from the very start of Rebel Campers.
Ooh.
So she was there when it got founded. So, she's a charter member.
Like
So,
Sarah.
like Sarah. Yes. Thank you. Oh, so glad you could come in. How are you doing? I haven't talked to her in a really long time. So.
Got bacon in this too.
Oh, good.
Bacon and sausage and mushrooms and onions and
Wonderful. I love a good
and crispy fried cheese.
fried cheese. I am so glad you did. How are you doing, Tina? I'm glad you caught the live when you came in. Thank you. There'll be a little bit yet. There's still people in here, so
Oh,
I was-
I'm just asking. I want to slap some
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Still going to the store.
Bye. Bribery, so he will be quiet.
Oh, you missed it. They were fighting in there. And one slapped the other one. And I said, okay, when you get hurt and you get mad because your brother beat the crap out of you because you beat the crap out of him first, I don't want to hear you whine.
John
Boys.
Louise almost broke the phone.
Mm-hmm.
He hit it off the blanket. That's why I hit him.
No, actually, Sawyer was trying to punch him in the face. And yeah.
Because he threw the phone off.
I watched that one happen.
Okay.
That didn't happen.
I love boys.
Teenage boys. Usually call them
It's
stinkies.
more drama than teenage girls. And I didn't know if that was possible. So did not know that was possible. I am so grateful that all of you have come in. I am so happy. This is so nice.
Freezing in Ohio.
Freezing.
It's freezing here.
Yeah. Well, it's 23. It's actually warmer than yesterday.
Yeah, it was like 18 yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It felt like a heat wave. I wasn't freezing.
It got up to 21 in the evening. But
It says it's 20 degrees today. I'm looking up the weather.
for some reason, this is set at the property because of it being mine. So
22 feels like 10. Oh well.
oh, see, you're just a little bit warmer than us. Not much.
What's the wind chill though?
Yeah. That's the killer when you go out and it's windy.
I have some friends in Georgia and they said it's cold down there too. And I have a few friends in Texas and it's like single digits down there. They're cold. Very cold.
Yeah, I have some of our friends were posting that they were getting snow and they never got snow before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Yossi got snow in Israel and he'd never had snow before.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's like cold everywhere right now.
Mm-hmm. I guess I didn't realize it didn't snow in Israel. I guess it is in the Middle East, isn't it?
It's in the desert. I mean,
Yeah.
you think of it as being hot and
Well, technically, a desert doesn't. The actual definition of a desert is just dry. So you can actually Antarctica is considered a desert.
that's interesting. I did not know that. I did not know. Oh, hi. Glad you could come in.
Deserts are areas that receive very little precipitation. One thing all deserts have in common is that they are arid or dry. So, which would be like Antarctica doesn't receive a lot of snow. A lot of the snow that's there just blows.
I'll have to ask my cousin because if that's true, because he's a cook in Antarctica.
See? Is Antarctica a desert? Antarctica is a desert. It does not rain or snow there. When it snows, the snow does not melt and builds up over many years to make large, thick sheets of ice called ice sheets. Antarctica is made up of lots of ice in the form of glaciers, ice shelves, and icebergs.
Huh. Very interesting. I've learned something. Huh. I did not know that.
Because it's annual snowfall, or it doesn't get enough snow or rain to be considered not a desert.
Okay. Interesting.
Mhm.
Yes, I heard it was really cold in Oklahoma too. And the wind chill is 10. Yeah. Somebody said they were snowing sideways.
Mm-hmm.
That's some wind.
Gene.
Yeah.
We really haven't had a lot of snow here this year,
Mm-mm.
comparable to other years.
Not our typical.
No,
Not-
there's only been 2 to 3
Knock on wood.
inches. that have fallen, and there's a few left, but not much.
Right.
It was kind of funny because the other day I was driving my kid to school, and like yards that were open and like were under trees and stuff didn't have any snow, but then all of the open fields, like where the farmers plant, was snow.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of weird how that looked.
I'm not a big fan of winter either.
If I'm going to have winter and it's going to be cold, I want snow, and I want a lot of snow.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved living in up north and having all the lake effect snow. I absolutely loved it. But if it's going to be cold, I want snow. If it's not going to be cold, give me summer, like spring. Spring is my favorite. Spring or fall.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not so cold, but it's not too hot either. I'm not looking forward to summer this year and being humongous and trying to waddle myself around the stores and the yard. And
oh, you'll be done before it gets too hot. At least it's not August.
this is true.
You know, it's just June. I mean,
I'm having a baby.
we had hot Junes before, but I'm hoping this June is hot since I have to do a camp in June.
Yeah, you don't want to be freezing.
No,
Not like
the
last year.
The first year I did a camp in June, I was frozen, but I'm taking my wool blanket. I don't
You
care.
don't care. We didn't have any snow until this week with the storm. Then we have 50 inches. Yeah, we haven't had more than like an inch. We haven't even had a snow day, a true snow day yet this year, which is very, very rare. We need snow. Some wet. We were in a burn ban.
Ooh, yeah.
Droughts are hard.
Yeah.
We've had those a few years too.
Mm-hmm.
They're very hard. But yeah, we haven't had any snow days even. We've had a few fog delays in the middle of winter, which was weird, but no snow days.
We had a lot of fog.
We've had a lot of fog.
There was one day they should have canceled it and they didn't. I'm like, if I can't see the front of my car when I'm driving with the fog, it needs to be a fog day.
Yes.
Or at least a delay.
Very much so.
Yes. It's always warmer in the car. If you're in the sun.
We hit the school.
Ooh.
Our school's canceled for sickness. We've had a lot of like strep throat and influenza going around along with the other stuff, but so we didn't have any teachers, we didn't have any staff, kids. A lot of the kids were out for strep.
It's not a just go to the doctor and get your antibiotics and be back in 24 hours because you can't even get into the doctor. If you tell the doctor here you have a sore throat for strep throat, you can't get into them. It's like, hello. It's weird.
Our doctor's office changed that policy.
Mine has supposedly changed it now, but it's been 2 years where you couldn't get in for a sore throat, which makes it really hard to get your antibiotics and get back to work. Oh, we're going to have to go soon. My coffee is cold.
I can't wait until this girl is grown 12, going on 21. Try 3 going on 13 and trying to potty train. I have 2 trying to potty train.
Yeah.
It's been nuts.
She missed the talk about Miss Thang.
Yes,
her daughter.
Miss Thang. She's sleeping right now, or I'd show her to you.
She better be sleeping. She was awake at 4:30 this morning.
Is that why she's asleep in my bed?
That's why she's asleep, because she was up playing around at 4:30 this morning. And I told her to go back to bed, and John put her out with the TV.
I get tired of this.
I wish I was sleeping right now because I was awake then too.
My best friend, who it's kind of a crazy story how I met her, is actually going to school for Chinese medicine and acupuncture.
I'm gonna go warm my coffee up.
And
Keep it going.
That stuff has always kind of interested me, and so I'm really excited to see where she goes with that and see what she comes up with, because she's given me some stuff for different, like, I was dealing with morning sickness with this pregnancy, and she's like, eat some ginger and give me some natural remedies that I could do, or places I could look for natural remedies. She didn't really give me them, but yeah, it's kind of cool. Or books that I could look in, or things like that. So My son is 17. The one I lost last year is almost 29. I'm over kids and all about the kids. Losing a child is hard. I personally have never had to deal with it, but my husband has. His first child was born with some heart defects and ended up passing away very soon after birth. And I know for many, many years he struggled with that. And I don't know how people do it. I don't know that I would be able to survive it. My mom and dad, or my dad, losing my mom was hard enough. I can't even imagine. Oh, thank you, String Ridge Farm. They're leaving us.
Bye. Yeah, we need to get off here. We've been on here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. We're just talking to ourselves.
Yes. So I am going to go ahead and close down because we've been on since 11:30 and it's almost the time is we've been on when we get to 2 hours because it'll be an even 2 hours, then we'll get off here. I did not plan on being here this long. I did not do a video today, and I've been doing a video every day, and so I decided to go live at the last minute and just chat with all of you. I love being able to communicate. I love the lives. Jean Blair, I don't give out my exact location in Michigan.
Somewhere in here.
She's from Grand Rapids, so I will just tell you that I am not far from you. I could drive about an hour and 30 minutes to you and see you. I want to do a Michigan meetup for the Facebook group, and I haven't done it. With the things shutting down events,
It'll be fun.
it didn't do it. So maybe this year we can do a Michigan meetup, and then
maybe in Ohio or something.
maybe in Ohio one, or maybe one down by closer to I don't know, something.
Run for the border.
Run for the border.
Lives make more money, more hours. The videos make more money. Yes.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get monetized, and I'm spinning my wheels going backwards, like I said earlier. And so I'm going to do something, but yeah, just we got like 3 more minutes, and it'll be an even time, and I'll back out. I will have to go check out your channel. I did not know you had a channel, Tina. So everybody, please go over to TLC in the Garden and check out Tina's channel. She's a personal friend of mine, and I would consider it a huge favor if you'd go and subscribe to her channel and watch a couple videos. Thank you, Hardneck Farms. I really appreciate it. It's frustrating. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. So thank you. Thank you, Stringfield Ridge, for coming in. I really like the interaction I get when I do the lives. A lot better than my videos. It's more satisfying for me. Sometimes I feel like I'm making videos just to, answer the frequently asked questions in the Facebook group, and not because I'm excited about what I'm doing. So it's hard to get excited about something I've canned so many times before. And so I'm trying to get a video when I do something. But with moving last year, I didn't do a lot of videos because I didn't want to have to move a lot of canned goods. And I still wound up moving a lot of canned goods.
Who moved them?
You did, because I was gone.
That was me.
Really, really hurt. Yeah. I was gone for 8 weeks. I committed myself to
Balcony gardening.
Ooh, that's container gardening.
Yes,
which is
I know
what I'm doing. So
I want to do that with strawberries. I really want to do a strawberry container. I bought some stuff last year to do it, so I think this year we need to get that. Yeah. We have a Pontiac Fiero, and I store all my gardening stuff in there because right now it doesn't run. But
I didn't tell them about the $5. Wait, how many pots did we get for $5? And they're the great big, like 2 to 5 gallon size.
Like 15.
We got 15 for $5.
Yeah.
So we got to get those out and get them bleached and get filled up. Hi, Mennonite Farmhouse. Oh my gosh, Becca, she did bread, and I did not know that Lodge makes a cast iron bread pan.
What?
Yeah. You have to check out her video. She made bread in a Lodge cast iron.
And old tractor tires. That's a good idea.
Yes.
I have seen that before.
Oh, the tire place next to where my property is gives away a free tractor tire every year for kids for sandboxes. I could get one. I could roll it. Even if I didn't have a truck, I could roll it home from there.
We can get free sand too.
Yes. Well, I don't want sand. I want to do a strawberry bed. But yes.
Right.
Well, I.
But
wanna
I
do
could
a
I
sandbox.
could get sand.
I have all the sand at the property
I know.
too. I don't need sand. You
But they do
But
there's a place close by that I think it's Memorial Day weekend. They do free sand.
free play sand for the
Free play
kids,
sand.
so you can make a sandbox. My dad did that for me when I was 5. He took pressure treated boards and he made an 8x8 by 8 foot box, and I loved that sandbox as a kid. I just loved it, and I had Tonka trucks, and I just loved it. Even though I was a girl, that was one of my favorite places to play.
We're at 2 hours.
We are at 2 hours, so we're going to go ahead. We're at 2 hours. We're going to go ahead and call it here.
TLC in the garden. I will be checking out some of your
Yes.
videos on balcony gardening because I just subscribed to your channel.
So I'm going there now, and I did not know Tina had a channel. So I'm going now, and I'm going to go check her out. And thank you everybody for coming in. I'm going to be doing a few more of these pop-ups. I'll be doing more, and I'm sending Becca to your channel, Mennonite Farmhouse. Leanne.
Okay.
That's Leanne.
Nice to meet you.
So we got to go check out her cast iron. I want to go get a cast iron pan like yours, but we'll be doing more.
Wild edibles. That's a new one too.
Yes, I see her a lot. So we will be doing more lives. I'm really working to get monetized, and I really will be doing some more lives. It's hard. I got to have somebody sit with me and talk to me. It's hard I can only talk to myself so much, and then I start to feel like I'm needing counseling. So I will see you all on that note. I'm going to leave the studio. Thank you, everybody. Bye.